love cherry blossoms. Okay, so, other update. I saw a neurosurgeon. Saw neurosurgery. It is the one that I vehemently refused surgery during the hospitalization, but it was a much better visit. I looked at him and said, "You better not write that. Risk versus benefits." And so, pretty much between my severe ME/CFS, my HEDS, my weight, which is an issue that we try not to focus too much on because of my eating disorder history, but hopefully I'll start the Diazepam soon. We're doing microdose. It's more for the inflammation because some of the weight gain recently I really do believe is inflammation. Whether it's rebound inflammation from the antibiotics, whether it's inflammation from Yao syndrome because all my numbers have been up, or what have you. Why? Unless I keep my head a certain way, does it do that? Oh, but no texting considerable effort, even though just making a video, I'm short of breath. But no texting considerable effort, palliative. Anyways, sorry, still sore about that. We are working on another palliative solution. The issue is I could go back to Southern tomorrow. I'm too far from them, and it was difficult for my MP to see me. So I have a couple, balls in the air. One, there is a nurse practitioner locally that does home visits. Hopefully my history didn't scare her away, and she takes insurance. I'd still need to keep my PCP because she is not Medicaid certified, so for anything Medicaid, it would still have to go through my PCP, which is fine. I like my PCP. We've gotten to know each other. I understand her neurodivergence. That's why I knew that what she wore was exactly what the nurse practitioner said, despite them saying otherwise. But anyways, back to neurosurgeon. Sorry, ADHD brain plus brain fog plus everything else. Pretty much osteoporosis, weight, HEDS, and everything. Plus my ME/CFS. So the thing is with ME/CFS and autonomic dysfunction, they both can be made worse by going under anesthesia for some people, especially if you're severe. So even twilight, even though that is way less likely, but like my gastroenterologist really doesn't even want to do the colonoscopy I'm due for because of this. I did do a fit test. I have to find out. Anyways, sorry, ADHD brain. Wow, she's strong today. So because of that, we decided no surgery. It's going to take 6 months for us to know, unless I suddenly have severe weakness, bladder incontinence or urinary retention like I had, bowel issues like I had, or severe numbness and tingling, like recently I had some paresthesia issues, but that seemed more like a pinched nerve. I do have a spinal cord injury. We're hoping that it's just scar and not going to cause an issue. There is a small, decrease of signal in the area where the phlegmon was pressing on it. But the spinal stenosis itself is no longer compressing the spinal cord. It is moderate, or so the amount that it is isn't as concerning right now. The biggest concern is my bones when the osteoporosis ate the compression fracture and then ate the disc. Number one, I have no disc between T11 and T10 and T11. It's just the fracture. which does not look so much like the Wario sign anymore. It's more, looks like a lightning bolt, like Harry Potter's scar. But the millimeter or so bone that is healed has retropulsed backwards. So it actually looks like my T10, T11 has two devil horns sticking out of it. And if those break off, or if the little bit of my bone that's holding together my spine, my T10, T11 breaks, i.e. a fall, I could end up paralyzed. So pretty much if those horns break off and go into my spinal cord, I could become paralyzed. Or if my T10, T11 totally collapse, I could become paralyzed. So pretty much no falls is what I was told. I'm still under spinal precautions, no bearing weight to the thoracic area at all. I can do a little bit of leg exercises. I can do a little bit of walking. Walking is very important because it will help the bone build as long as I stay in my current autonomic safe zone of jewelry box and back. Pretty much I need to be able to sit down as soon as possible if I feel pre-syncope, which I'm doing. Trying to think what else. ER, any new symptoms, blah, blah, blah. He's going to do an x-ray in 6 months. Depending on the symptoms, then we may decide to do an MRI. He doesn't want to do another CAT scan because in the last 5 months, I've had more CAT scans than I'd like to count. So, never mind the radiation I've already had from gastric emptying studies, blah, blah, blah. So, as much as possible, we're going to avoid a CAT scan. Lungs came back better. So, this is all pulmonology. Lungs came back better. No nodules. Even though right now the report is a misread because they're associating it with the freaking osteomyelitis. This is my own fault because I was trying to get everything together. I did the CT of the spine, the CT of the chest at the same time. And because of that, they put them all together. And the problem is the nodules were back in August. That is not saying that that is not possibly the cause of my osteomyelitis, discitis, phlegmon. It could be. But it's not septic emboli, which is what they're labeling it now. And I really need it labeled inflammation versus infection or just an inflammation like it was before. I do have ground glass opacities, which is, they think is inflammation right now. So I am still getting inflammatory damage to my lungs, and I'm still getting inflammatory anemia, trying to get in with a hematologist. And, sorry, I get so short of breath, and then I lose my train of thought. That's that hitch for you. Hypocapnic, hypoperfusion, cerebral perfusion, whatever it is. Cerebral hypoperfusion, yeah, whatever it is. But anyways, saw the autonomic neurologist PA finally. She's a sweetheart. I love her. And she is, the only thing she's concerned about with the neurogenic fevers is that nobody's ruled out any type of cancer. So I don't think it's cancer. It only happens during PSH episodes, but I am going to bring that up to the hematologist when I see them. She already did metanephrines and they came back normal, so that's okay at least. And she did increase the Tizanidine, and I have started to taper the Diazepam. I mean, it's still, I want off it. I really do. And hopefully by the time I see movement, I'll be off it. So that is my hope. Even though this could take 6